straightaway. We need to get these guys off the top. Fucking rookies. What kind of rookies? Go for Tony.
Now, you know, I didn't have any lineups. Now I got 3 of them. I got one on my phone now, too. So up next, it's going to be, well, let's ask you this. How many of you guys are ready for the USAC CRA 410 Sprint Cars Heat Racing in the 57th Avante Windows and Doors Western World Championships? We're giving you a lineup right now for Heat Race number 1.
Copy that. Somebody may want to go down and rattle his cage a little bit.
Heat Race number 1, brought to you by Flow Dynamics, owner John McCarthy, and it's in honor of Wiley Miller Sr. and Wiley Miller II, thanks to Dan Miller and Roy Miller Freight Lines. Each heat race will be 10 laps. The top 4 go straight into the top 5, go straight into the main event. Everyone else will go into the B. Lineup for heat race number 1 goes like this. Starting on the pole, the guy who's leading the Rookie of the Year standings in the USAC CRA Sprint Car Series, the number 18 from Goleta, California, that's David Gasper. Next to David out of Lomita, it's number 98, Vern Sweeney. Second row on the inside is car number 4J. That's Caleb Montgomery. And outside Caleb, the number 17 car from Oxnard, California, the leader in non-wing sprint car main events this year with 22 victories out of Camarillo, California. That's Ricky Lewis. Row number 3 on the inside, the 5B, Stevie Sussex out of Tempe, Arizona. And tonight's fast qualifier from Coleman, Alabama, that number 15 car is Kevin Thomas Jr. Row number 4 on the inside, the straight-up 77. That's Colt Treharn out of Corrales, New Mexico. With Colt in that row, the number 7X, it's Troy Treharn out of Peralta, New Mexico. And rounding out the field, it's car number 9X. That's Jamie Barnes out of Everett, Washington. Once again, 10-lap heat race. Top 4 go straight to the A main event. Everybody else goes to the B.
Negative. Tell them to go down staging, come out turn 4.
We're back here again tomorrow. Gates open 5. Racing starts at 7 p.m. The auction will close tomorrow for Chase Johnson. There's some really cool stuff down there. And Lance Jennings, what a heck of a job that guy did organizing that along with Steve LaFond and Ken Wagner helping him out. And the LaFond jar of change is going to be making its way through the grandstand also sometime tonight.
Come back on that. Say it one more time, please.
That started, I got the chart up here. They started that in 1992 when Harlan Willis won $200. Tomorrow night, that jar changed. It goes to the hard charge, the guy who passed the most cars in the main event. Tomorrow night, that driver who passes the most cars in the main event is going to take home over $3,000 extra dollars. So when you get a chance, you see Steve LaFond or you see that jar of change back in the auction area, you know, there's Steve right there in front of me, Graybeard. Put some money in that jar right now. That goes to the driver who passes the most cars tomorrow night. It's over $3,000. That's a new world record. Let's keep adding to it. It can be a dime, it can be $1, it can be a $100 bill, whatever you want to throw in there. I think Dick Heineman liked that new world record call right there. Hold it up, Steve. You want to fill that thing all the way up, don't you? There he is. Steve LaFond, a longtime auto racing photographer here on the West Coast.
Okay, Sean, let's go yellow. Push, 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 push.
Cars pushing off for the first of 4 heat races. Once again, 10 laps, top 5 straight to the A main event. After the heat races, we will have the C main event. The top 4 cars from the C main will go to the back of the B main. There's LaFond with his jar. He'll be back.
To work the bottom or even work right on the top. If you're right in the middle, you're doing absolutely nothing to this racetrack. Work the bottom or work the top, guys. Work the bottom or work the top.
Race director Tony Jones asking the drivers to work either the bottom or the top of the racetrack before we go to the green flag.
Copy that. Like I said, guys, work the bottom or work the top. Do not be in the middle of this racetrack. You're doing absolutely nothing to it. Okay, guys, track is clear by pole cars in turn 2. Pole car in turn 2. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight.
Cars now getting lined up.
Start close to that coach. My official standing right there.
Starter tells the field 1 lap until we go green. Gasper on the front row along with Sweeney. Montgomery in the 7X in row 2. That's Troy Trahern. Row number 3 is the 5B car. That's Sussex along with the 15. Kevin Thomas Jr., the fast qualifier. In the 4th row, it's the 77 car.
Coming to green, guys. Coming to green.
That is Colt Trahorn in the 7X. Troy Trahorn. But out front, green flag flies. We're underway. And the veteran beats a teenager into turn number 1. That's Burns Sweeney out front. Gasper running in 2nd. Here comes Ricky Lewis in 3rd. Kevin Thomas Jr. running in 4th. Just spot at the end of the first lap. That is the 77 car of Trahorn. That's Colt Trahorn. He gets past going into turn number 3. Now Caleb Montgomery to the final transfer. 3 abreast for 2nd coming up turn number 2. Turn number 4. There we go, yellow. Not sure why we went yellow. A car way up off the top of the racetrack. And the boys up front expressing some displeasure with each other on the yellow flag. That's Stevie Sussex. The car is stopped up on the top of turns 3 and 4. That last lap, they came off turn number 4, 3 abreast. I said turn number 2, so you guys all probably looked the wrong way.
4J77. 4J77.
For those of you watching online, if you don't know where Mohave Valley, Arizona is, this racetrack is about 300 miles east of Los Angeles, 225 miles north of Phoenix, about 100 miles, 110 miles south of Las Vegas, and not far enough away from Washington, D.C. Single file getting ready for the restart. Green flag. Final transfer spot is a white and red, number 77. But here comes Caleb Montgomery after him. Meanwhile, out front, it's Burns Sweeney. 2nd spot is Gasper. 3rd, Lewis. 4th, Kevin Thomas Jr. Now Gasper trying to go to the inside of Sweeney. Sweeney fights him off. Burns Sweeney out front. He's racing like he did 35 years ago. Ricky Lewis looks at the inside of Gasper as Gasper went to the outside through 1 and 2. Top 4 pulled away from the 5th place car, who has some distance between himself and position number 6. Now Ricky Lewis Jr. goes by Gasper, tried to pass Sweeney, now he slides back into 3rd. Here comes Stevie Sussex. Sussex gets by Caleb Montgomery. Time running out, he needs to pass one more car. Montgomery re-slides him out of 4th. Sussex goes back to the inside going into 1. Eight laps down, 2 to go this time by. Vern Sweeney driving the wheels off the number 98 car. White flag, 1 lap to go. And Stevie Sussex all over that final transfer spot. He goes to the top through turns 1 and 2. Checkered flag going to come down this time by. Victory's going to go down. Victory goes to Sweeney. 2nd spot is Lewis 3rd. Kevin Thomas Jr. 4th to Sussex. And 5th spot will go to Colt Trahan. And Tony Jones saying that race was not over because the yellow came out on the last lap. They're going to have one more lap. It's going to be a green, white, and then checkered. Green, white together, then a checkered flag. I'm sure David Gasper is not a happy camper right now. Meanwhile, back out front, I'm not sure how old that guy is. He ain't as old as my ass. That dude is in his upper 50s out front, racing like he did 30 years ago. Heck, he may have crossed the bridge into the 6-0s. One lap shootout. They're going to get the green and the white together, then the checkered flag. And Ricky Lewis is going to be on that leader like a dog on a piece of meat. Here we go. Green flag. Caleb Montgomery tried to pass Sussex. Doesn't happen. Checkered flag going to come down. Heat race victory goes to Vern Sweeney. 2nd spot will be Lewis. 3rd spot, Thomas. 4th spot, Trehorn. And 5th and final transfer spot goes to Stevie Sussex. Once again, the winner, Vern Sweeney. 2nd, Ricky Lewis. 3rd, Kevin Thomas Jr. 4th, Colt Trahan. 5th, Stevie Sussex. They go to the A main, going to the B main, Caleb Montgomery, Jamie Barnes, David Gasper, and Troy Trehorn. Down on the racetrack, C. Drake York getting ready to interview Vern Sweeney. I'm sure Drake has probably interviewed other drivers who are older than Vern, just not too many. And Drake's going to have to walk to him. Drake York, take it away.
Vern Sweeney gets his 5th heat race win on the season in Flow Dynamics heat race number 1. He's pumped up inside this race car. Vern, you made that car awfully wide the last couple laps. How are you able to hold everyone off there at the end?
Just hold my line and just go as fast as I can. I got to thank all the fans and up in the stands, FloRacing for putting us across the country and the world, all the sponsors of my series. I got to thank my crew, Roger, Breck, and Rachel, Dwayne, Bill Silverman Solar, Larry Murakami, and Hodges Construction, and everybody that gives me a hand. I love them all, and I think it's great. I'm 60 years old, and I just want to heat race at the Western World.
Vern Sweeney pumped as ever. Of course, a former CRA winner at Manzanita, and you know a win this weekend would mean so much to the veteran.
Thank you, Drake York. Congratulations to Vern Sweeney. We will have heat race number 2 coming up just a couple moments. Hey, after the C-Main tonight, Cammie Bell is going to come up into the grandstands, have some stuff to pass out to all the kids. So watch for her after the C-Main. We go to heat race number 2 lineup right now, brought to you by the WC Friends Company, owned by Bill Friend.
Totally. Makes sense. Do you want me to get him closer to you guys as well?
This will be your lineup for heat race number 2, starting on the pole. The number 72, the 2021 USAC CRA Rookie of the Year. That's Austin Grabowski. Outside him out of Chino Hills, the 51T, that's Eddie Tafoya Jr. Second row on the inside, all the way from Pleasant Hill, Ohio, the 11C is Matt Westfall. Outside Matt, straight up number 5, that's the bull, Ty Mahako from Phoenix. Row number 3 on the inside, another one of the in-then ringing Dunkel cars, and the first night in the car from Anaheim, California, the 17X of Jake Swanson. And outside Jake, an Arizona legend. From Phoenix, car number 2, it's J.J. Yaley. Or as Wendy McDonald would say, J.J. Yaley. Go back to row number 4 on the inside, the number 39 car. That's Jeff Dyer out of Yucca Valley, the California Highway Patrol Officer. And outside him, the number 45X, it's Don Grable from El Paso, Texas. And rounding out the field will be car number 14 out of Simi Valley, Blake Hendricks. How'd you guys like that first heat race? That's a good one. I want to remind everybody once again, please don't stand along the chain link fence when the sprint cars are racing. And no smoking or vaping in the grandstands. Go back by where the ticket booth is located. You can smoke or vape there. No matter, even if it's one of them little Tijuana specials some of you guys like to roll up. Not in the grandstands. Cars pushing off for heat race number 2, the WC Friend Company heat race number 2. 10 laps, top 5 to the A main. Everybody else goes to the B. Oakland Raiders super fan on the camera tonight, Dean Mills. Get him lined up. Row number 1. Grabowski along with Tafoya. Row 2 on the inside, it's Westfall and Mahako. Row number 3, it is Swanson and Yaley. Row 4, it's the California Highway Patrol Officer Dyer and the number 45X Grable. And row number 5, it's Hendricks. 10 laps, top 5, A main. Green flag. Ups. And it's Tafoya off the outside of the front row into the lead. Tafoya loves this racetrack, but he's being challenged by Mahako. Third spot, Grabowski. Fourth, Westfall. Fifth spot, final transfer, J.J. Yaley. One spot out of transfer right now, that is Jake Swanson. Now Swanson starting to lead hard on Yaley. Top 6 cars in the field moving away from the final 3. Oh, trouble. Mahako and Grabowski go around. And Mahako keeps on going. So not sure if Mahako did not stop. So I'm guesstimating he may get his spot back. We'll see. Once again, the car stopped down there. That is Austin Grabowski, the gunslinger. Grabowski raced dwarf cars when he was younger, raced late models at the Irwindale Speedway. Then got into dirt racing, started with IMCA Modifieds, jumped to sprint cars back in 2021. And if you've ever been to the Irwindale Speedway, such tragic news this week that racetrack is closing at the end of this year. It's been around since 1999. And it was a beautiful racetrack. Sad to see it go. I'm not a pavement fan, but that place was really nice. So Mahako apparently not getting his spot back. It's going to be 3 laps down. Here's your lineup. So it's Tafoya in the lead, Westphal second, Yaley third, Swanson fourth. This spot, the final transfer, is the number 45X of Grable, the driver out of Texas. 1 spot out of transfer right now. That's Jeff Dyer in the 39. Dyer had a serious injury on July 13th at Paris Auto Speedway. Another car flipped in turn number 1, landed on top of his car, knocked him unconscious, which caused him to just hit the throttle pedal, went straight into the wall and flipped, suffered a broken arm and a serious concussion. And he was out less than 2 months. Last year, after he suffered a torn Achilles, he came here to Mohave Valley Raceway at the California Lightning Sprint Cars and won the main event by over a half racetrack. We're talking about the 39 car of Jeff Dyer. So officials looking over a replay of the incident.
All right, guys, let's get nose to tail. Let's get nose to tail. Okay, we got 5, 39, 14. 14 is 5. 14 and 5.
So shows you what I know. Looks like Mahako is going to go to the back.
39, 14, 5. 39, 14, 5.
So your lineup for the restart, and I think we'll go green next time by, maybe.
All right, guys, it's your
If we get them all lined up.
go.
Indeed, we'll go green next time by.
Start between the apex of 3 and 4 and turn 4 code.
Your leader is Tafoya.
Everyone else follow in his time.
Second spot, it is Westfall. Third spot, Yaley. Fourth spot, it is Swanson. Sixth spot, it's the number 45. Thank you so much. Gosh. Where's your race car? Oh, my God. Is this from the concession stand? Oh, yeah, these are one of the brownies from the concession stand. I haven't eaten since like 9 o'clock this morning before we left to get here.
All right, guys, come to green. Come to green.
Thank you, Huge Oregon. Getting ready for the restart. Green flag. Leader Tafoya. Lee wheelies down the front straightaway. Grable now coming under attack of Jeff Dyer, the California Highway Patrol officer. California Highway Patrol officer was trying to pass for the final transfer. Then he slides back 2 spots, Now it's Mohave up to the next final transfer spot. Still out front, Eddie Tafoya Jr., Westfall right behind. Mohave goes to the top of the racetrack, trying to go around Gable for the final transfer. Doesn't happen. Now he cuts back to the inside. Slides it up the racetrack. Time Mohave to the fifth and final transfer. Meanwhile, back out front, it's still Eddie Tafoya Jr. at the point. Westfall, Yaley, Swanson running second through fourth. Yaley way wide up in the fluff. Yaley to the inside, trouble. Boy, Yaley went to the inside. Tafoya got sideways. Westfall had nowhere to go. Got into Tafoya, who continues down the back straightaway. And that wasn't Westfall. I apologize. That was Swanson. I'm sorry. Mixed the white cars up. Watching Drake York walk over to the scene of the crash. And watching to see if Drake's going to wave to us to give a report. And right now we go trackside to Drake York, who has a report. Drake.
Look at the 17. Along to radius for also crushed in for our semi tonight, but it's going to take about it.
Eight laps down, 2 to go.
Copy that. He's done for this heat race, I'd imagine. Copy that.
So Swanson's car leaving on the hook. There'll be 2 laps to go. Leaders Tafoya. Second spot is Westfall. Third is Yaley. Fourth spot Mohave. Fifth spot it's Gable. Sixth Grabowski. Seventh spot it's Dyer. And eighth it's Hendricks. Coming back to the green. Got to stay in the tracks of the tire in front of you until they get by that delineator, and they do. Oh, Gable gets past. That's Grabowski got by Gable. And Dyer also gets by Gable. Last lap flag, 1 to go. Checker's going to come down, this time by Victory. Heat race number 2, brought to you by the WC Friend Company. That's Tafoya. Second is Westmall. Third is Yaley. Fourth, Mahako. Fifth, Grabowski. Sixth, Dyer. Seventh, Gable. Eighth goes to Hendricks. And getting credit for ninth will be Swanson. So Eddie Tafoya will come around. There's no time on that race, by the way. Eddie will come around to the front straightaway to talk to Drake York.
Okay, heat race 3, come on out. Heat race 3, Chili Bowl push-off. Come on out, guys.
And we'll send it down to Drake York now. Drake?
Eddie Tafoya Jr. gets the job done. Race number 2, that's a race win on the 2024 season. We'll get a word with Eddie here as he pops off the helmet. And Eddie, you were leading that one, no problems, and then you got sideways in turn number 1 and collected Jake Swanson. What happened down there?
Had a clean start and just did what I needed to, and was trying to stay out front and be smooth, and just hit a slick spot and just kind of got too sideways, had to collect myself, and those guys are right there on me, so there's not much I could do. And yeah, I didn't mean to do anything like that, but we're out here racing hard and trying the best we can.
Eddie Tafoya Jr. gets the job done in Brand Heat Race number 2 in the 51T.
Thank you, Drake. We go now to heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 brought to you by Bill's Jerky and Silberman Solar and owner Bill Silberman. Thank you, Bill. Hopefully you're feeling well. Bill suffered an injury recently. Don't think he's here tonight. I didn't see him earlier. This is your lineup for heat race number 3, starting on the pole. The 13P out of Phoenix, that is Cameron LaRose. Outside Cameron, it's car number 6. And in that 6 car, I'm losing my charts, that is Logan Calderwood out of Goodyear, Arizona. Row number 2 on the inside, you'll find the number 22 car. That's Grant Sexton, Lakeside, California, Rookie of the Year in the series last season. And outside him, it'll be the number 47 car, the popular Charles Davis Jr. out of Buckeye, Arizona. Hold up your beer when you cheer for Charles. Beer a smoke and a Twinkie after he wins the main event. He goes to bed happy. Third row on the inside, the current point leader in the USAC CRA Series, the 51 out of Levine, Arizona, R.J. Johnson. With R.J. in that row, the number 21A car, that is actually the 21AZ, I believe. That is C.J. Leary out of Greenfield, Indiana. Go back one more row, the 2J on the inside. 2J is James Turnbull out of Indio, first race since a flip in November at Paris. And outside him, the 5W out of Yorba Linda, that's Logan Williams. Rounding out the field, it is the number 11. She is out of Apple Valley, that's Stevie Rogers. Right now, weather is clear. It's 62 degrees here in Mohave Valley, California. Never been here in Mohave Valley, this racetrack. It's right across the border, across the Colorado River from California. It's actually about 5 miles from the Colorado River. And it's about 20 miles, 22 miles away from downtown Laughlin, Nevada. And if you've ever been to Oatman or wonder where Oatman is, it's about a 15-minute drive. Once again, heat race number 3 brought to you by BillsJerky.net and Silberman Solar.
All right, guys, come to green, come to green.
10 laps. Top 5 to the A main. Everybody else to the B.
Top 5 transfer.
Hopefully it lives up to the quality of the first 2 heat races we've seen here tonight at the 57th Annual Avante Windows and Doors Western World Championships. First year they've been held at Mohave Valley Raceway. Here we go out of turn 4, green flag. Oh, trouble for the leader. He slides up the racetrack. That hands the first place spot to Calderwood. Here comes CDJ. Charles Davis Jr. up to second. Third spot is Grant Sexton. Fourth spot right now is Cummings. Fifth spot is the 13P car of LaRose. CJ Leary running 1 spot out of transfer. Not anymore. CJ Leary takes over the 5th and final transfer spot. Boy, Charles Davis Jr. turned 4 that lap, did everything but spin that yellow 47 out. That allowed Calderwood to pull away. Third spot, it's still Grant Sexton. 4th spot, Cummins. 5th, Leary. 6th and 1 spot out of transfer after starting in the back. That's Logan Williams. Oh, look out, front straightaway. Upside down, Stevie Rogers hard. And we go yellow. We go red, excuse me. Safety crew immediately on that race car. And looks like she is out.
She took a little bit of a ride. Make sure she's not cross-eyed. If she's cross-eyed, tell her to take a ride in the ambulance.
That all started at the back when Stevie and the other car in the back turned 4 into a set of S's. Looked like they were going to survive it, and then they got together right about the flag stand, and she took a nasty flip. That's by far the worst flip of her career yet. Put your hands together for Stevie Rogers. She's going to take a ride in the ambulance to be checked out. And looking to see if Drake York has a report for us. Drake?
Well, thank you very much, Scott. And yes, obviously, Stevie Rogers taken to the ambulance, to the attention of paramedics, and we'll obviously let her get checked out. But I just got to look at the 11 race car. That car pretty much tore up from the floor up when it comes to bolt-on parts as well as axles. The rear end completely knocked out of the rear end of the 11 machine. And the news is, Scott, right now it doesn't look like there's any. Was able to see is all good, as well as Stevie, as she is still being a person.
Thank you, Drake. Maybe we'll get some batteries for that mic down there. So tough break for Stevie Rogers. Once again, last year or 2 years ago, the Young Guns champion at Paris Auto Speedway. has a brother who occasionally races sprint cars in the Young Gun Series of Paris. So they're just taking her for observation, said she's got a bit of a headache. We'll go trackside to Drake York. Drake?
Yeah, another observation here, Scott, under this red flag. The 2J of James Turnbull, his left rear is down, and that makes sense because he and Stevie Rogers made contact on the front stretch. That's what knocked out the front end on the 11 machine, and no surprise to see that left rear is down on the 2J.
Thank you, Drake York.
Copy that. You may want to let him know, give him the option to go to the X and change it. He should have done that a long time ago.
So the 2J car, who was involved in that, has a flat left rear tire.
Bronson, do me a favor.
And they're giving him the option of going back to the work area now. How have you guys liked the racing so far tonight here at Mohave?
If you think this stuff is being good, wait till you see the mud wrestling at intermission.
Four laps to go. Calderwood, your leader. Second spot, it's Davis. Third spot, it's R.J. Johnson. Fourth, it's Leary. Fifth is Mahako. And 6th is Cummins.
22's off.
And something happened. I don't know if Grant Sexton pulled off the racetrack as well. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
Perfect timing. That was your one to go, guys. Don't green. Leader 6. Pick up the pace between the apex 3-4.
And Turnbull rejoins at the back.
Tire tracks. If you're not in the tire tracks, the guy in front of you, it will be impediment. Going green, guys. Going green.
That's actually Della Rose in the 13P. I apologize. We're back to green. Good restart for Calderwood. Charles Davis, big run down the back straightaway. Oh, look out. Turnbull got on the back of De La Rose. He almost went for a ride. Here comes Davis chasing down the leader. He goes to the top side. Charles Davis Jr., the veteran, working the top of the racetrack. New leader in turn number 3, it's Charles Davis Jr. Now R.J. Johnson takes the second spot away from Calderwood, going down the back chute. Last lap flag, 1 to go. Checkers coming down, this time by going to be an Arizona sweep. 4 drivers, 1 Arizona car. The victory goes to R.J. Johnson. Second is Davis. Third spot is Leary. Fourth spot is Calderwood. Fifth spot goes to LaRose. And finishing 6th, it is Turnbull. So the point leader, R.J. Johnson, creeping a little bit closer to the title with another win in heat race number 3.
Okay, guys, shove heat race 4 out, please. Shove heat race 4 out. Come on out.
And we send a trackside to Drake York, who's going to talk to the winner. Drake?
Third heat race win on the season for your Avante Windows endorsed USAC CRA points leader, R.J. Johnson. And R.J., it kind of seemed like the bottom was going to go away there a little bit, but you found something late in the race. What exactly did you find that propelled you to the win there?
This thing's just really good around the bottom. It's a testament to this car. It is this ProFlyer engine. You know, man, right now we're just trying to make points. I want to win this championship so bad. You know, we're coming down to the end, and you know, I want to win this race too. So I got to thank Jerry Petty for putting on everything here, Flo for putting this online. All you guys at home got to love that.
As you said, Scott, one step closer to his first title with the Avante Windows endorsed USAC CRA Series. R.J. Johnson, your winner of BillsJerky.net heat race number 3.
Thank you, Drake York. Good job by R.J. One more heat race to go tonight. It's Sexton Fire Protection heat race number 4. Sexton Fire Protection proprietor Brent Sexton is in this heat race. So here's your lineup for this one. Starting on the pole, it's going to be car number 9. That's Dayton Shelton out of Prescott, Arizona. Next to Dayton, the 17W, the guy who comes in tonight third in points. He's out of Yorba Linda, California. It's the big game hunter. The 17W is Austin Williams. Row number 2, the driver second in points out of Yucaipa, California. The 5X of Tommy Thunder Malcolm. And outside him, the number 44, a 3-time Lightning Sprint Car champion from Lakeside, that's Brent Sexton. Go back to row number 3 on the inside. It's car number 21. That's A.J. Bender out of San Diego. He entered tonight's action 4th in the championship point standings. And outside him, I finally got him in the right heat race out of Princeton, Indiana, the 3P of Kyle Cummins. Row number 4 on the inside. It's a 1994 Turkey Night Grand Prix winner out of Long Beach, California, Jordan Hermansader. And outside him, watch this kid from the back. This is a boatload of talent. The 73B out of El Cajon, California. That's Braden Chiramonte. And rounding out the field, it's car number 20, Sean Deskins out of Phoenix. That's your lineup. Heat race number 4, brought to you by Sexton Fire Protection. 10 laps, top 4 to the A main, everybody else to the B. That 73B car we were talking about last year, the last race of the season at Mohave Valley Raceway for the USAC Series Sprint Cars, was one of his first, if not his first ever 410 sprint car race. Started about 9th in the main event, came through the field, passed Ricky Lewis for the lead. Then a yellow flag came out. They went back to the last completed lap. He ended up finishing 4th, but watch the 73B at the back. 2nd or 3rd in the Sprint Car Challenge Series points in Northern California. Shelton on the pole. Green flag flies. We have this one in this one. It's actually the 44 of the Cadillac Cody Williams, not the 44S of Brent Sexton. I apologize. 1 lap down, 9 to go. Out front, it's the big game hunter, Austin Williams. Tommy Thunder, Malcolm second. Shelton almost got into him. The Cadillac, Cody Williams, now up to 3rd. Final transfer spot, the 21 of A.J. Bender. But here comes Cummins. Now Bender goes to 4th. Cummins now trying to go to the inside of Shelton for the final transfer. Deskin 1 spot out of transfer. New leaders, Tommy Malcolm. Top 5 moving away from the 6th place car. Car around. He keeps going, but the yellow comes out. That was Shelton who quickly recovered. Will rejoin at the back. Once again, that 44 in this field, not the 44S Brent Sexton. It's the Cadillac Cody Williams, who is the track record here for the USAC Series Sprint Car Series. He set that track record on April 1st, 2023 with a 13.923. That's the guy in 3rd, the Cadillac Cody Williams. The driver who barely snuck into the heat race field, that's the 20, Sean Deskins out of Phoenix. He's one spot out of transfer. Four laps down, 6 to go. Green flag. Thunder Malcolm, a good size lead. The big game hunter still running in second. His older brother, the Cadillac, right behind him. Cummins goes from top to bottom, had some distance between himself and the sixth-place car, Deskins. That allowed Deskins to get a little bit closer. Meanwhile, out front, Tommy Malcolm now about a 10-car length lead. Two laps to go this time by. Cadillac Cody Williams almost went racing out in the desert, went to the top of the racetrack. He drops from third to fifth. Checker's going to come by. He's going to keep pace. The same amount of points he came in behind RJ as he wins this heat race. Tommy Malcolm. Second spot, Austin Williams. Third, Bender. Fourth, Cummins. Fifth spot goes to the Cadillac, Cody Williams. They all go to the A main event. Finishing order once again, Tommy Thunder Malcolm for the win. The big game hunter, Austin Williams, second. AJ Bender, third. Kyle Cummins, fourth. Fifth spot goes to the Cadillac, Cody Williams. They go to the A main event. Going to the B will be the number 20, Sean Deskins. The 73, Braden Shiramonte. 71, Jordan Hermansader. And number 9, that's Dayton Shelton. And here comes Tommy Malcolm. And we send a trackside to Drake York. Drake.
Tommy Thunder Malcolm trying to make this championship. Enters the Western World second. Avante Windows and Doors, USAC CRA points. And Tommy, we know the gap is pretty wide between you and RJ Johnson, but how important is tonight going to be, I should say, to kind of catapult you and try to take away this championship? Check, check.
Honestly, it's just fun to waste them out to get races, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, we're chasing down all the
Tommy Thunder Malcolm, fire protection heat race number 4.
Up as well, so time for you to grab something good to eat here at Mohave Valley Raceway.